How do you feel about that Monday night game, Josh? I know you're very excited.
Whatever the cornerback coach is doing in Seattle and has been doing for the last decade needs to be copied by every single NFL coach. They have the best cornerbacks in the NFL consistently. Richard Sherman, Tyreek Woolen, now Devon Witherspoon. And Stan's giving me this like what are you talking about thing? Devon Witherspoon had 7 tackles, 2 sacks, and a pick 6 for 97 yards against the Giants.
Yeah, but that's against the Giants.
Yeah, but the dude was on fire last week. How many pick 6s does Sauce Gardner have this season?
0,
yeah.
but
That's
he's still a way better cornerback.
Devon Witherspoon popped off. I mean, he had 11 tackles against the Panthers. He had 5 against the Lions. The dude is a sleeper. He was a top 5 pick, so I don't know if sleeper is the right word, but I feel like a lot of people aren't talking about him. And honestly, we hadn't really talked about him. But watching him during that game, we're going to be talking about him. He is fun to watch. Devon Witherspoon was my favorite part of that game. There was one point, he got a sack, no one blocked him. Giants didn't even bother. They were like, this dude is so good, we're just going to let him through.
I mean, here's an argument to that. The fact that no one blocked him on the sack shows that it wasn't really a very well-earned sack. I mean, it was just a bad offense he was up against that he was doing well against. So, I mean, I do think Devon Witherspoon's a very good cornerback, but I think you're definitely overhyping him a little bit there. I'd say Witherspoon's performance was due to a lot of defensive breakdown that his coach was able to find. Rushing a cornerback is not a very common thing, and clearly the Giants were not prepared for that. So I think more of the issue was the backup O-line of the Giants with a very scared, very uncomfortable looking Daniel Jones led to a lot of breakdowns. And I'll say that the pick he had, pretty much all of the turnovers in that game and the big defensive plays were due to Daniel Jones not looking comfortable and not making his reads. In fact, on the one where the coach got so mad at Daniel Jones, where Dayball usually threw the pad at him, on that pick, it was a very simple fix for Daniel Jones. He had a wide open guy in the back. He had his best player on that team, Waller, wide open in the back. So it's more towards Daniel Jones playing scared and not looking very comfortable. I'll say for the Seahawks, in their defense, I actually think more of the credit is due to that defensive line that's providing those picks for him, because the only reason those picks are getting thrown is because Daniel Jones is sitting scared in that pocket. To that D-line, and I think really the coaching staff that made that D-line so effective, that rushed Witherspoon at the right moment, I think they deserve all the credit for that. Witherspoon, I'm excited to see more from him, but we'll see what he can do in the long run.
I just think it's insane how consistently the Seahawks have great cornerbacks. I mean, Tyreek Woolen's a great cornerback. He almost won Defensive Rookie of the Year last year, and some people think he should have won it over Sauce. I know you're going to disagree with that, but and then Richard Sherman, arguably a Hall of Famer, part of the Legion of Boom. So, I mean, they've had consistent good cornerback play in Seattle, and I think the rest of the league needs to look at what they're doing.